In villages where screens were rare, cricket was just a distant sound. So we brought the game everyone loves, from Mumbai to Delhi and beyond. Made it possible. Cheers, dreams, and cricket are enjoyed under the open skies. Each game has one joy.
That night of the pouring rain. They say the rainy season is very delightful, bringing lush greenery everywhere and the refreshing scent of wet earth that invigorates the senses. That is a fragrance that delights the heart. The beauty of everything seems to double. Wherever you choose to go, it consistently feels as though the persistent rain is continually chasing after you. However, if your determined pursuit extends beyond the boundaries of the rain, someone else in the group is also currently doing it. This is the story of Varun, 24 years old. Varun had relocated to Mumbai from Delhi in order to pursue his job opportunities. However, he didn't particularly enjoy the fast-paced lifestyle that the vibrant city of Mumbai offered. However, he was extremely passionate about his work, which motivated him to relocate to Mumbai for an extended period in order to elevate his career to a new and higher level. Varun often left his office late. Sometimes he was so late that he was the last person to leave the office. One such night, Varun was sitting in the office. Only a few hours of the night were left. He packed his things and left the building. Then he noticed the dark clouds above had released a heavy, intense downpour onto the land. Neither Varun was able to locate an available auto rickshaw, nor could he find any cab nearby. Consequently, he was merely standing on a street corner, attempting to seek shelter from the pouring rain. Then suddenly, the raindrops stopped falling on Varun's head. He looked up and saw an umbrella over his head. And with that large, sturdy umbrella, a man had stood up firmly beside him under the rain. Varun gave a genuine warm smile and sincerely thanked the man. But the man did not respond. He just stood silently. Varun made another sincere effort to talk to that man once again today. Varun sincerely said, "Thank you very much. People like you are very rare." At this important moment, that man felt deeply moved by his words. After a few tense and uncertain seconds of silence, he finally broke his silence and carefully said, "What's really wrong with me? I am merely a poor beggar who met someone else just yesterday. Today, I had the chance to meet you, and by tomorrow, I am certain I will meet yet another individual." Varun found that man's words a bit strange. He thought that maybe the man was intoxicated, but then he immediately stepped out with his umbrella. He started walking on the road without expecting to perhaps find an auto ahead. But the rain was so relentless that it did not consider stopping at all. While walking alone in the soft rain, as Varun's tired feet were barely just touching the wet ground below, a distant voice was coming, "Apa." But after taking a few more strides forward in the distance, Varun noticed that the voice was now coming twice. Besides the sound of his own footsteps echoing through the silent hallway, there was another ominous sound of footsteps, as if someone was walking right behind him. When Varun turned around, there was no one behind him. The entire city was new to Varun. He had little idea of the unfamiliar roads. However, since his home was conveniently located near the office building, he managed to reach home on foot somehow despite the confusion. On that particular night, Varun's roommate was also not in the flat. He had gone back to his home for a few days' rest. Varun often found himself falling asleep immediately right after coming back home from the office, but today was different. Varun, lying on the bed in his quiet room, tried every possible method to finally fall asleep, but sleep just wouldn't come. His flat was on the same floor of the building. The windows of his room were rattling due to the strong wind and rain outside. Thunderclouds were also clashing in the sky. It felt like a cloud might burst any moment. As a result of all the incessant loud noise, the whole atmosphere became incredibly scary and intimidating for him. After Varun's unsuccessful attempts to sleep, he got up to get water from the kitchen. But as soon as Varun placed his feet on the room's floor, he was startled. Because the floor of Varun's room was wet, he decided to dry it quickly. He got up and looked carefully throughout the entire room, and then realized that water had slowly come into the space because the window had been left slightly open. Varun quickly went to close that window, and as soon as he closed the window, he felt a sense of relief.